Well, good morning, everybody. And this is the Smart Networker. My name is Dave Rolfe, and today is August 1st. And today we're going to delve into on the next chapter of Take a Look. And we have a wonderful presentation on the Take a Look series today. So here we go. I will share my screen with you, and we'll get this underway. Okay, from the beginning. Okay, there we go. Take a look. Building a silver distributorship. Now, the Take a Look series are short videos on specific topics that you need to learn, and they come with instructions and then a homework assignment in the sense of a practical exercise. And they're designed to help you understand exactly what needs to be done so you can apply what is learned and then go out and obviously build your business. And as you gain an understanding of each topic, your skills and ability will improve dramatically, and I hope you enjoyed the series. So, silver. Today I'm here to talk to you about building to the silver level and what this really means, how this can play a huge role in creating your success. And of course, when you're finished listening, you will do your homework, I hope, and then review what you've learned with your sponsor or your mentor, and then go out and build your business. So this is understanding the leadership levels of the plan, building a successful business. So to get started here, and this, I want you to understand what this silver thing means, in the sense of a name and what it's related to and how does it fit with your needs and your wants. And first off, it is a name, and it is from our leadership level of the Nikan compensation plan, and it has some basic requirements and some very unique benefits that play a very important role in the development of a successful business. Now, as you know, being involved with Nikan as a business requires two activities. The first is to acquire customers, and then the second is to sign up distributors. Now, with either one of these two activities, when they're completed, then new activities are created that must be known and understood, and then done, especially if you want to make income or other benefits. Now, from experience, the business grows best when lots of new, real distributors are signed up, and the business slows or contracts when distributors are not signed up. Very important aspect of this business. Now, what is important? Now, the answer is based on what you want. I mean, this is really the key here. This then is the first area to be discussed and understood, as this will dictate everything that should be done. Now, for the purpose of today's video presentation, I'm going to focus on doing this to make a really good living. Truckloads full of money, right? You can also take parts of this then for part-time income, or you can take parts of this to understand how you can show somebody else what they need to do if you simply just want to help somebody. Now, there are many positions people take, and the key to your success is to help others get what they want. And however, for you, if you want to make this a primary source of income, then you need very specific things. And this is what I'm here to show you and talk about today. Now, the plan. Again, there are two things that need to be done as a distributor. One is find customers and then get them to purchase our products. And then two, find distributors and help them build their business, which includes number one and number two. Now, from experience and personal results, the business grows the most when individuals that join the business as a distributor find customers and other distributors and build an organization with lots of both. I mean, that's just the bottom line. That's true. The advantage of this business and the way the company will pay you is based on larger numbers of participants. And, of course, the volume that is generated along with the size and the depth. And we're going to get into all the details. Now, as an example, you can earn 20% on your personal activity, and you can also build a team and earn 6% on a huge, unlimited number of people in your organization. Now, here's the key. It's understanding what you want that will dictate what you do and what you end up creating. Very important. So this is such an important, what do you want? This is such an important question. And the answer will help direct you into doing something that will help you go after it and hopefully get it. So this is an example. You decide it's time to leave home from your parents. Okay, what do you want? You want freedom, right? And then, how are you going to get that? And then where are you going to go? What do you need to do to get that? And how long is it going to take you to get what you want? Those kind of questions. This has become what you think about and focus on, right? Well, in my case, when I was a young man and I wanted to move out of home, I was going to college, I moved into the fraternity house. It's $25 a month. It was quite a deal for a room. Got a part-time job, paid my bills, minimal at the time, and moved on. But as I got older, life created more complexities, more needs, more wants. And along with that came the how to do and the what to do. And this then opened the door to look, to become curious, to want to find out a better way or the best way. And this eventually led to success. Well, this, by the way, is pretty much the same for most of us, in that we know that if we want something, we need to do something to get it. But there's another element in this thought process, and that is how, or in what way, or by doing what, and what you get exposed to, or the who do you know kind of ideas. Now, some figured it out and went on to accomplish what they needed to and to get what they wanted. And in that process, that becomes important to know. How did it happen? What did they do? How does this work? Now, the real answer, and I found in observing many other different situations, was this. When they saw something they believed could help them get what they wanted. Isn't that what we heard today? Then by doing and going into action, that was required, results were created. This may have provided what they wanted or it may not have. But this is the game we play, and it's one's perceptions that dictate the success or not. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You've heard me say this many times, but it's so true. Therefore, if you've decided to do Nikan as you believe that this can make this work and that you can make it work and you know what you want, then the next step is to understand what you need to do using Nikan and the Nikan opportunity to get what you want. Like what are the activities? How does it work? What does it look like when it's working well? How long will it take? Do I need to spend a lot of money? I mean, there are all kinds of questions that may come up, and it would be real good to have a mentor or a coach, especially if you're new to this, and to help you plan and strategize. The compensation plan. So one of the first things I learned when I started Nikan was the comp plan. And as this document told me, two things. One, what I needed to do to get what I wanted. And number two, what I would get if I did what I needed to do. Pretty simple stuff. Now, over the years, plans changed, but understanding what I needed to know didn't. It was always what do you need to do and what happens when you do that. This created clarity, reality, and understanding, and it allowed me to realize my goals and dreams. Now, the wonderful thing about Nikan, it's a tool for you to utilize so that you can get what you want. So then, what do you want then is the question that needs to be answered. If we look at the plan, there are several ways that the company has set things up for you to get a reward or earn, or by selling a product or building an organization. Most of us know that. If you're new to this and you're looking at this as an education piece, there's a number of ways. You can make it by doing retail activities, personal rebates, personal group rebates, leadership bonuses. We have the Power Start bonus. We have the Club Ki bonus. We have the travel bonus. We have the Team Kazan yearly trip, the Team Tai Chi extended yearly trip, and then, of course, lifestyle bonus. And they've just added a new trip for people to go to Japan next year. So the key question then is, what role does building to silver play in your plan based on what you want? Let's take a look at the requirements and the benefits and what Nikan says in the policies and procedures document. Remember that this thing, silver, is something that Nikan created to give you a goal to go after, again, with the purpose of helping you get what you want. And the more you understand what it is and what you should do with it, the better off you are. You are going to hear you want to go to silver, and you might ask yourself why, or it may have absolutely no meaning at all. unless the benefits of doing it are understood. So let's take a look at this thing called silver. This is one of the most important levels in NECAN if you intend to build a business. Let's take a look at what the policies and procedures state. So first, you got to achieve 6,000 personal group point volume in up to 3 consecutive months. You also have to achieve 100 personal point volume in order for the PGPV to be counted for a given month during the multiple month qualification period. So then you need to buy or sell a minimum of 100 each month of the qualifying process and then generate the remaining 5,900 PGPV in 3 months. And this volume is going to come from one of 2 activities, retail sales or distributor purchases. Now, what's really important is understanding what building to silver means in terms of your benefit and future and how this actually works and what's the purpose for you. So now moving forward in continuing the qualifications, during the month of rank advancement, achieve an organizational point volume of at least 1,000 outside the primary leg and at least 500 of the minimum organizational point volume requirement being met by legs outside the primary and secondary. Well, that's a mouthful for most new people, but let's define those. So the primary leg then is identified as the leg that contains the highest volume in a consultant's organization. When you sponsor somebody, that term means that they're a leg. So this comes from a distributor you sign up. The secondary is the second highest leg, and it's identified as the leg that contributes the second highest organizational point volume in the consultant's organization. This then is another distributor that you sign up. Now, your volume, what you purchase, what you sell, can be considered volume outside the primary and the secondary, or you could have a third leg. So those are the 3 qualifications there. Let's move forward. Now you have monthly requirements. Now this is something that needs to be looked at, understood, and thought about, because this is why you're building to silver. Once you are silver, then you want to understand what needs to be done moving forward. And let's review something first. The key benefits of silver, and they're threefold. One is the ability to earn 15% CV rebate and 20% if they don't do their 100 PPV on your directs. Now, that's your personal group. The next benefit is the leadership bonuses of up to 6% on 2 generations of leadership below you. So you come in and you help somebody go silver on your first level, and then they help somebody go silver on your second level. So that's 2 generations, and you can earn 6% of that. But you can have a lot more. But here's the key benefit, is the ability to move up to the next bonus levels. And you have to start at silver to take on that role of going to the next one, which in our business is gold and platinum and diamond and royal diamond. Now, the monthly qualification requirements: achieve 100 personal point volume and maintain 1,500 personal group point volume, plus maintain an organizational point volume of 4,000 at the rank of silver. Let's take a look at this. Monthly qualifications. So achieve 100 PPV and then maintain that 1,500 PGPV. Maintain the organizational point volume of 4,000. Now, here's what I've learned, and I've made thousands of silvers in my career and helped many other thousands with other people in other organizations. If there is no leadership below you as silver, in other words, if you do not create other silvers in time, then there's no need for you to do this qualification. And that's what happened. And that's what does happen. That's what does so. So qualifying is an activity that means you sell product or you sign up new distributors that buy and sell product. And in doing this activity, you get qualified and meet the requirements that the plan states that you need to do, right? So let's take a look at this. All distributors earn 20% retail profit. All distributors earn 20% CV rebate on those sales. It's the next benefits that are new to silver, and that's getting up to 15% personal group CV override, and then you can get up to 20% on a direct who doesn't meet their 100 PBP. The next benefit is the leadership bonuses, those 6%. Now, this is the key issue of this whole deal. So let's take a look at this for a second. What's purpose? So purpose, as defined, is something set up as an object or an end to be obtained, intention, resolution, determination, a subject under discussion, or an action in course of execution. Okay. Therefore, the first action is to figure out the purpose of doing what one is about to do. And if that is important, then it usually will get done because it's important. Now, you heard from Debbie today, and her purpose was to help her family and especially her 2 grandsons. I mean, wow, what a great purpose to be activating on. Add to that someone directing her so that, you know, what to do and how to get the most of her activity, and this was also in the background. Therefore, having a mentor or a coach is extremely valuable, especially someone experienced, and Sherry has that for sure. So therefore, what you're trying to accomplish, what do you have to do? What are you offering? Are others required? Is someone else going to see this as something they need or want? Or will this resolve a problem, situation, or desire they have? Now let's go back to the beginning for a second. So in the beginning, we sold distributorships. And the key to this was viability. And could you make money? And the opportunities was validated by the fact that the products created results. Mind-boggling results, which meant that others would want them as well, and then that, therefore, money could be made. And so this meant that most of the people being talked to were started by conversations on joining Nikan to become a distributor. Interesting. And this worked extremely well. If they didn't want that, then you could sell them a product as a secondary activity. So what we saw in the plan and the requirements of the opportunity, it was easy to promote this as a solution. Use the tool and show others how they could benefit by doing the activities, and that's what I did. And there are many videos on DaveRolfe.com, especially in the Take a Look series, that deal with structure and what a good distributor looks like and how it gets created and how you get benefits associated with what you want, right? Now, and benefits come in many forms. The key is understanding what you want and what aspect of the plan will give you that. Now, what I saw was that 94% of the working population worked to earn a living. Now, if I could show some of them a better mousetrap, you know, then I had a chance. And when I found others that wanted what I wanted, which was really freedom, you know, freedom to do what you want when you want it, kind of an idea, representing something that really worked and was very sane, this became real easy. So over my career in this business and others, I dealt with other people as part of what was required. The key was finding out what they need or want. And then hopefully I could provide that. If not, you had to move on, right? I also knew that I needed people who were on the same page. So if they needed and wanted the same as I did, well, bingo, man, conversations started. You had a lot of fun. I mean, it was easy. I also found out that I didn't have to guess what other people needed and wanted, as were known areas were very important, like earning a good living to live decently. And we're seeing that more and more today. People are frustrated with what they do. They want more. They want to have a more comfortable life. I mean, it's out there. It's the number one issue today. Next, how do I make what I have more attractive so they would look, then listen, then join, and get involved? And this is the key to the direction you take to get what you want. And the answer to that question was based on knowledge and understanding how it works, what needs to be learned, the big picture, structure, support, help, understanding the time required and the activities that need to be done. I mean, this information is vital and the key to your success. Then it's simply asking the right questions. Now, throughout our history and the history of our industry, individuals took a hold of what they learned and used it to solve and resolve what they needed to resolve. So if one doesn't get the right information, the right understanding, then what a waste. As an example, when somebody agrees with you and wants to play, then help them play. Help them build a huge organization. Just don't tell them to call you if they need your help. It's your business, so go ahead and build it. When I started, my monthly budget for living was $8,000 per month. and I was unemployable, and I needed to figure out a way to do that. Once I understood what NECAN was, what it represented, and the potential of being involved, I thought I could get what I wanted by being involved and doing what was required and asked of me at that time. All I needed to do was understand what to do and understand what would happen if I did. Now, you and I both know the rest of the story because we're 32 years up the line from then, and hindsight's the perfect science, right? So when it comes time to plan and strategize, really understand what is needed and wanted, as this will dictate the right solution to be applied. So it's kind of like this. So if we look at the generations that you have to work with, 1 through 6, and the number to sponsor and the total in your team, I mean, this is what I got excited about. This is what I saw and said, well, heck, I can find 3 people, and I can help teach them to do the rest. The rest is basically history. So if I wanted to earn $8,000 a month, I had to know what that meant in terms of NECAN. Now, in today's world, that means you need to do a number of things and create the required volume and the results that NECAN would then pay you $8,000, like the view from the previous slide. This is an exact science here. There is no guessing. If the commission is 20%, then you will get 20%. Not 25, not 18, but 20. Therefore, the reality is what it is. Now, would I earn that $8,000 by going silver? I doubt it. No, not really. Or would I earn this by building an organization with 40 or 50 silvers? Yes, 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 yes. So the latter is more likely. So for me, I wanted to know exactly. Then I followed that idea and I finally arrived. I arrived because I focused on the reality, not wishful thinking. My initial goal was $120,000. At the end of my first year, I actually ended up making $119,000. So I was pretty close. So here's some supplemental information and your homework on this particular topic. Now, this is going to be an interactive homework assignment that you want to do with your partner or your upline or your mentor or someone you work with now and in NECAN. And the idea is to create a plan that you would then go build so that your business, what you build, will give you what you want. I mean, this is fundamental stuff in business. So you want to see what kind of structure is required. You want to see how many leaders are required. You want to see how much volume is required and that what must be done to create this. Now, I've provided some examples on the following next few slides. And one of the keys is the structure in building a team and depth. And there are plenty of videos on daverolf.com that cover this idea. And if you really need any assistance, by all means, call me. I love doing this. Being able to do this will give you a skill like no other, in that you will easily be able to provide solutions for other people. And that's really all we do. So first off, let's deal with the income formula. And to help you with your homework, here's the formula I use to get a general idea of what I would need. And again, it's to earn specific amounts of money. And this did not include retail or rebate or contests or incentives. Those were extra, and they were kind of like the perks. This was strictly the leadership bonus income, commonly known as your residual income. And here you can earn 6% up to 6 generations of your organization. So in conversations, people, you want to talk in a general sense. You don't need to get specific in the beginning, but, I would ask people, well, how much money would you be interested in to make if we were to get serious? And they'd say, well, if I could make $8,000, I'd be happy. That would work. Well, let me show you how that is. And then I have this formula. So it's the income divided by the rate. You'll be able to play this, take screenshots, whatever later, so you don't have to worry about it. It gives you the commissionable volume. 8,000 divided by 6% is 133,000 in commissionable volume. So if you develop that amount of commissionable volume, NECAN would pay you 6% or $8,000. Period. That's it. That's real. That's reality. It's not fictitious. It's not made up. It's not wishful thinking. It is exactly what it is. Now, our current system uses both retail and wholesale for your organizational volume total. So you need to find out those numbers. And again, CV is about 50% of retail and 65% of wholesale. And the formula is the exact same. It's CV divided by rate equals the amount. So if it's 133,000 CV and the rate's 50%, that means you have to sell 266,000 in retail. Okay, that's reality. That's what it is. It's not a made-up number. It's not wishful thinking. That's exactly what it is if you want to make that based on that rate. All right, so now let's move to the second page. So figuring out distributor requirements. Now, from the previous page, we had the formula for volume requirements that are desired and required for each goal. Next is how many distributors will be needed and what kind of structure must be built to utilize the compensation plan benefits. Now, this is where it's really cool. This is where it gets very exciting to understand, because you take the overwhelm of a large amount and it's divided by a group. And it really starts off, and you saw that earlier on a previous page, where you need 3 to get this job done. And so how many distributors will be needed and what kind of structure? So first, it's people. What I did at the beginning was I used the average data that I could get my hands on. And it was either from my personal experience or from talking to others. So, for example, in my second month, we did, I think, 49,000 in volume. There were 49 people, so the average was 1,000. As I grew and expanded, it grew. It went up to as high as 3,000 per person. And then it went to distributors, and then it went to silvers, then it went to golds, et cetera, et cetera. So basically, it's just this is to give you a rough idea of the reality of what's required to get what you want. Getting what you want is not hard. It's just a matter of doing what you have to do, but it's to have an understanding of where you need to work and how you have to get there and how it's structured. So again, total volume divided by the average per person gives you the number of distributors. So in this particular case, we had 133,000. We divide that, say, by 1,500. It could be 2,500. It could be 2,000. It could be whatever it is, gives you a number. Then I would draw that structure out to see what was next. Now, here's an idea for silver. And again, in this particular picture, the idea is to look forward, look into the future. You are building this position so that you can build other leaders who in turn build other leaders. I mean, that's the game. And that's the main benefit of building to silver, is build it with distributors and build it deep. So here I've got one leg. So in acquiring the volume, it's not just you, it's you and a team. Because you want the team to move forward. You want the team to do the same thing you're doing, and that's how this business is built. So there's a picture to give you an example. Here's the idea on building. You know, you find A, and then you help A sponsor B, and then you help B sponsor C, and you help B sponsor D, and then D goes to town and lights up the lights for A, B, C, and D. I can't tell you how many times we did this like this, and how many times A, B, and C went to a level or reached silver or whatever, because a team was created. And this is so important to understand, is there's no I in team. It's team. It's me and you and everybody else, and the team's stronger than the individual. Always, 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 always. Very, very important. So you'll look at this. Now, this came from another part of the Smart Networker book, and it was building 4 legs. This was leg 1 with 40 consultants. So here's a picture of 40 consultants. So just insert the formula backwards. So 40 distributors who produce 1,500 per month, and CV would generate an income of, 40 times 1,500 is 60,000 times 6% is $3,600. So if you wanted to see what $3,600 was, there's an example. Would it look exactly like this? No, but it's the idea, so that it's not just 1 or 2. So you can see what's basically required to move forward. Here's with 20. Same kind of concept. You want to make $1,800 and you have 20 distributors. They could be silvers. They could be I mean, again, it's an average look at a structure. It's very, very important. And you can see in all of these, its depth is always included. All right, well, there you go. There's the presentation on building silver, what it means, how you do it, some examples. Do your homework. Get with your sponsor, your mentor. Practice doing this. It's really important. If you need help or you have questions on this, you know how to reach me. Here's my information. We'll now stop the share, and we'll now stop the record, and we'll go into our typical Q&A. So here we go.